1996 Cadillac Seville 4.6 Northstar. I think that's the only, it was the only engine available in these. Fuel pump, no good. Fuel pump quit. Started doing some investigating. The exhaust system has to come down, which means you got to cut it and weld it back together because it's never going to come apart right. In order to get the fuel tank out, this car happens to have 3/4 of a tank of fuel in it. I looked underneath there and I'm like, this is a nightmare. And you all know how I hate doing fuel pumps. So I said, okay, talk to the customer. I said, I can do it the way you're supposed to do it and cut the exhaust off and drop the tank and all this crap, or I can investigate and probably be able to do it by cutting an access hole, which, by the way, the 98 and up have from the factory. He said, go ahead and do what you got to do. So I'm going to show you where this is so that anybody that's faced with this nightmare, the center line of the pump is 6 inches from the leading edge of the rear wheel opening. But you really don't even need to do that because this is so obvious what to do here. And this one is really simple. You got a hump right here. You got to get your bottom seat out obviously first. That's a bit of a chore, getting these things undone. But anyway, it comes out once you get it out. And this car was clean, by the way. It didn't have a bunch of gummy bears and all kinds of crap under the seat. People that own this car are taking care of it. So then you got this hump right here in the middle. Well, that's right where you got to cut it open. So what I did was I just took my die grinder and very carefully cut an 8 by 9 opening, and I just stayed on the ridge. There's a ridge right here. I stayed right on the ridge, and then I just went along here, and I stayed on the high point right here, and look at that, wide open, piece of cake. That took me very little time to cut that open. But, you know, you got to be careful when you're cutting. Now, in this case, you got lots of room. You got a lot of space between the tank, but, you know, a little close over here. But you don't want your wheel to dive through there and cut into the tank, or the wires are really a long ways away. So this one's very easy. This one's real straightforward. And when I'm done, I will take a piece of sheet metal and I will just cover this up. I will go around here with a piece of sheet metal and some silicone, and I will pop rivet it back, you know, in several places around there, and there you go. You're good to go. So hopefully that'll make life easier for anybody that's faced with this nasty job. Thanks for watching.